However, there is another universe. An unseen world that governs everything we see.
When we go down in size, trillions of times smaller, to the microscopic world.
Now we reduce the distance to our final destination by 90% every 10 seconds, each step much smaller than the one before. At 10 to the minus 2, 1/100th of a meter, 1 centimeter, we approach the surface of the hand. In a few seconds, we were entering the skin, crossing layer after layer from the outermost dead cells into a tiny blood vessel within. Skin layers vanish in turn. An outer layer of cells, felty collagen. The capillary containing red blood cells and a roughly lymphocyte. We enter the white cell. Among its vital organelles, the porous wall of the cell nucleus appears. The nucleus within holds the heredity of the man in the coiled coils of DNA. As we close in, we come to the double helix itself, a molecule like a long twisted ladder whose rungs of paired bases spell out twice, in an alphabet of 4 letters, the words of the powerful genetic message. At the atomic scale, the interplay of form and motion becomes more visible. We focus on one commonplace group of 3 hydrogen atoms bonded by electrical forces to a carbon atom. 4 electrons make up the outer shell of the carbon itself. They appear in quantum motion as a swarm of shimmering points. At 10 to the minus 10 meters, 1 angstrom, we find ourselves right among those outer electrons. Now we come upon the 2 inner electrons held in a tighter swarm. As we draw toward the atom's attracting center, we enter upon a vast inner space. At last, the carbon nucleus, so massive and so small. This carbon nucleus is made up of 6 protons and 6 neutrons. We are in the domain of universal modules. There are protons and neutrons in every nucleus, electrons in every atom, atoms bonded into every molecule out to the farthest galaxy. As a single proton fills our scene, we reach the edge of present understanding.
Brain is the mother of all topics. Whatever the quest may be, the brain is our sole key to solving it. Therefore, no one can get anywhere without first understanding the brain. They'll only delude themselves in their own delusional world. It all begins with a thorough understanding of the brain. The brain is the be-all and end-all. The existence called man is the brain, but not the flesh brain as we know it. Generally, the majority of people conceive the brain as the walnut-looking thing inside the skull. Is the flesh brain the real thing? Is what we call the brain the flesh brain? Let me try to explain it like this. Let's say I have a pair of magic glasses. When I press a button on it, I am able to magnify things 100,000 times, 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000 times. So let me put my magic glasses on and explain to you what I am seeing. Here is the brain, the flesh brain as we know it. As you can see, this is what we define as the flesh brain. We say this brain can think, see, feel, perceive. But of course, it does all of this via the organs, such as the eyes, ears, etc. Now my magic glasses is going to magnify this. After the magnification, suddenly the flesh brain has become a neuron brain. Ah, yes, it is composed of neurons and electrical currents connected with signals. This is a neuron brain. Without my glasses, I was seeing this as a piece of flesh, but now it's a grouping of neurons. Magic glasses, magnify a little more, please. The neurons have now turned into atoms. I am now amongst atoms. And my body is composed of atoms. When I looked with naked eyes, I was seeing myself as flesh and bones. Now it's a body of atoms. Magic glasses, please magnify a little more. Existence has now become a quantum brain. I have now lost my body. I am now only a bunch of thoughts and data. At the quantum level, I no longer have a body or any other structure. I am only living only as thoughts and information. Thank you, Magic Glasses. A truth has become apparent. What we call the material dimension is no other than what we call the quantum dimension. And what we call the quantum dimension is no other than the material dimension. There is no difference between the dimension of matter, the dimension of atoms, and the quantum dimension. It is all one and the same, a single existence. Whether you call it matter, or cellular, or atomic, or quantum, it is all one and the same.
Although our package of skin and bones looks very convincing, it is a mask, an illusion disguising our true self, which has no limitations.
Every physical visible force is merely a manifestation of one of these great invisible streams of energy that functions in space.
We need to explore this carefully because most of us are familiar with matter simply being known as a solid object. But when we observe matter down to its tiniest forms, we see that it is nothing more than consistently vibrating energy. There is no solidity and matter at all.
It's really only an assumption that the planet and all of the objects on the planet are solid. I mean, when you look deep enough at the quantum level, you can see that there actually is no solidity. There is instead vibrating energy. And this vibrating energy, until the moment we define it, is nothing but pure potentiality.